Hi everyone, I'm Paige Abbott, and this is your weekly recovery message. This week I wanted to talk about the difference between introversion and isolation. There are many people in recovery who've done some personality typing over the years, and specifically using personality tests such as the Myers-Briggs or related offshoots that talk about that continuum of extroversion and introversion. So just to clarify, what being an introvert actually refers to is generally how people recharge their internal energy. So introverts do tend to value recharging in quieter environments. So this means that in social settings, they likely prefer being around one or two or three people that they're quite close to and know quite well, rather than a large group of strangers or even a large group of people that they know well will be more draining for an introvert than a smaller group of people even that they don't know. Introverts do tend to like some alone time, some downtime. They may be sensitive to a lot of noise in an environment, a lot of chaos, bright lights, lots going on around them. All of these things serve to drain the introvert at core. So again, for replenishment of energy, introverts do tend to like to be in sort of quieter, more muted environments. This does make it a bit confusing sometimes to then separate and distinguish introversion from isolation. But isolation is a symptom and a consequence of mental health issues, and specifically addiction, that can apply to both introverts as well as extroverts. I just find in my clinical practice for introverts experiencing isolation, there's a lot more justification and rationalization that the brain can do to say that this is okay and this is healthy. I'm just being true to my introverted roots, which actually isn't the case at all, because even introverts need social interaction, communication, and people to be healthy. And introverts quite like being around people. It just is that they get drained being around people too much or too often, but they still value social connection. Introverts don't have social anxiety, they don't have shyness. Once again, these are also symptoms that can impact introverts as well as extroverts who are carrying other mental health conditions and specifically addiction. So isolation is very simply a symptom of the disease of addiction that pulls people away from connecting with others. And usually when people are isolated, they're also not doing a lot of other self-care or self-appreciation activities to take care of themselves. Whereas introverts, when they're on their own, they will be engaged in self-care and those self-appreciating activities such as journaling, warm baths, meditation, exercise, reading, hobbies that they enjoy. So they're actually making the most of that recharging time. Whereas when people are stuck in isolation, the time typically is focused on escape and seeking numbness and relief from feelings and from self. So if you are finding yourself more on the isolation side of things, where you're not interacting, you're not reaching out, you're not looking after oneself, then this is a sign that your disease is quite active, and I would really encourage you to try to push through that and engage, even if it's just reaching out to one person via a text message. That helps to break that cycle of isolation, and over time, hopefully you can connect more to your true introverted roots, if you have those, and connect back to health. That's my perspective on introversion compared to isolation. I hope that was helpful for you, and I wish you the best in your ongoing journey for the week, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye for now.